Hello, so in this video I am documenting my 31-day meditation journey. I attempted to meditate every day in January with the purpose of implementing meditation as a habit in my daily life. I feel myself every day and I come with weekly updates, and this is how it went. Hello, so it's day 7 of my 30-day meditation journey, and I thought I'd reflect every week on how the past week has been going. This time I chose to meditate 10 minutes every day because I feel like that's a realistic goal for me. It doesn't make me feel overwhelmed in the same way that I did last time I tried this, because I had this anticipation that after a few days it would be a lot more easy to meditate, and the time would just fly by, and suddenly I sat for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and maybe that will happen, I don't know, but I think I just know better now that even though you're on day 1, day 7, and even after my last 30-day challenge on day 30, you could still have a difficult day. So these 7 days has been very different. I think my easiest day was day 2 actually. I felt like I was more focused than the other days. But yeah, it has become this thing that I really want to prioritize. And I have already noticed when I should prioritize it. And for me, it is in the morning before I'm social. Because I feel like by just giving myself these 10 minutes, I'm already better off for a better day and better focus. I don't necessarily always feel a lot more focused after those 10 minutes, but I always feel very happy about doing it anyway, no matter how much I manage to go back to the breath. I often feel less heavy-headed, and I feel like I had a release in some way. I have also meditated a little bit before going to bed, and that has also been good. It feels like a very good way of letting go of the day and just process everything, so that has been very good. But it's definitely very different from meditating in the morning. I feel like in the morning I get ready for the day, and then before bed I let go of the day thus far. So maybe for me I should have both a morning meditation and a bedtime meditation, because I am a very nervous and anxious sleeper. So letting go of the day has been a very good thing as well. So I will see the next week now. I definitely want to prioritize doing it in the morning, because if not, I have it with me the entire day that I should meditate. And then I can try to maybe take an extra 5 or 10 minutes to let go of the day as well before going to bed. This time around, it doesn't feel like a task in the same way as it did last time. But yeah, as I said, it does become this thing that I think about the entire day. But it's more in the sense of, if I haven't done it in the morning, I'm trying to find those 10 minutes during my work day or school day to fit in. But it's definitely more something that I want to prioritize more than something I have to prioritize, so that's good. I think I just have to find out how I feel like in the evening or before bed when I have prioritized doing it in the morning, if I feel the need for another 10-minute session. So I will see. I also write it down on my phone. Last time I had a meditation diary, but this time I just write it on my notes. My meditation journal was something that I really looked forward to writing last time, but after a while it became another task because I had so many things that I wanted to write in it, position and how it felt like and all those things. But now I just write it on in my phone, and it's just more notes, small notes like 10 minutes, try to have a body scan, try to focus on sitting up, try to or I did it in the bed, how it felt like, more like not so strict, just to give myself some notes from day to day, and that has been very good. But yeah, this has definitely been very good this far, and I'm excited and positive for another week of meditation. Hello, so it's week 2 and it's time for another update. So last week I said that I wanted to try meditating in the morning, and I did this week. I don't have any particular time that I have to meditate, but I do it before leaving the house because I feel like prioritizing those 10 minutes for myself during the day is something that I can easily just wait with, and I'll take it later, I take it after this or after that, and 10 minutes suddenly flies by. So it's important for me to prioritize taking 10 extra minutes before leaving the house to meditate instead of scrolling or watching TV, anything like that, because yeah, it's valuable for me knowing that I prioritize myself no matter how the meditation session goes. Even if I can't focus on my breath, or if I don't feel particularly relaxed after, because I don't all the time. Sometimes my mind keeps drifting and I can't focus and I can feel a little annoyed. But I always feel really relieved that I prioritized myself and I made it a priority before leaving the house. As for the meditation itself, I felt like it was a little difficult the days that I had a lot to do afterwards. And I didn't do any guided meditation this week either, except from my last day, day 14. I tried to just focus on the breath and kind of improve my attention span a little bit, just keep going back to the breath all the time. And it usually feels good, but as I said, sometimes I get a little frustrated, and of course that's a part of the practice. But I think that I will this week try to do some guided meditation, because on day 14 I didn't it was the only day that I didn't meditate in the morning. I meditated after a very long day and a hard day at work, so I took a 10-minute bedtime meditation that was guided, and it felt amazing. It really helped me calm down. So I think that maybe I'll have a combination of that, if there's any particular emotions that I'm dealing with, if I feel extra anxious or exhausted. Especially for me, bedtime can be a very anxious time for me. I keep thinking about the day that I had, and I can feel very anxious about the day ahead. So guided meditation at that time is very good for me. As for the mornings, I will also try some guided meditation. What I usually do is put some attention for the day before I start meditating. If I have a long day ahead at lab, as an example, I can try to set the intention that I will just breathe and trust myself, and this will be a good day. Just trust yourself and breathe through it, and you can do this. And I keep thinking about that intention throughout the day. When I feel a little stressed, I try to take that intention or think about that intention and like, okay, just breathe, you can do this. And I feel like it really helps me prepare myself for the day. So yeah, meditation has been really good for me, even though it's just 10 minutes. It really does affect the entire day. And this week it has usually been in the couch before leaving for school. One day I meditated in the car before going in to school, because I was just thinking about if I would make it in time. So instead, I just left, and I thought if I am there a little early, I can meditate in the car, which I definitely don't prefer, but I was still happy about prioritizing it before starting my school day. And then it was that one day that I meditated in bed before going to sleep. But this week, I will try to practice the sitting position, which I started with in week 1, because that is something I will want to improve. And I will also try some guided meditations because it makes me feel really good. That is the purpose of this, of course. And also keep practicing going back to the breath. So that is my weekly update, and I will see you again next week. Hello, so it's time for another update. It's week 3, and this week my focus was guided meditations, which I definitely prefer. And as I said, I wanted to sit more up straight, and I wanted to prioritize doing it in the morning, which I have been doing, but I still like this little corner in the couch. But I have been practicing sitting more up straight. And I think that morning meditation for me is a way of getting ready for the day, and I feel more ready. I feel more secure in myself if I go out any social before having my meditation that day. I'm very aware of it, that I haven't had that time for myself to notice how I feel and to work through things. So I definitely need it before going out. Other than that, I really like the guided meditations, but I need a path because this week it has been morning meditation and then a little bedtime meditation. And the reason for that has been that I really wanted to just notice how I was feeling and what I needed in that moment. But I think that I will follow specific guided meditations for stress relief and also for calming the mind and kind of working with my mindset, which I have been doing, trying to do alone as well. As you saw, I had one day where I actually tried to meditate a little longer, but I really wanted to initially prioritize having longer meditations in general that week. But since I'm still working on finding that balance on when to prioritize meditation, it wasn't always so easy to get those 15 minutes, which is very stupid because I do other things that take longer than 15 minutes during the day. So it's all about prioritizing. But I think that's easier in the weekends, because in the weekdays, as I said, I wake up, I go to school, I have to drive 45 minutes each way to school, longer now that it's winter. And then I'm at school, I go home, eat, I go work out, I have to go to bed, or I have to go to work. So yeah, it feels right now not so realistic to prioritize longer meditations, but it's something that I really want to do. And so for my last week, I want to try meditate a little longer. I want to follow more specific guided meditations for calming down my mind. And when the night comes, I really want to take a couple of minutes to just breathe and let go of the day. So that is my goals for my last week of this 30-day meditation journey, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it's time for the last update, week 4. So this week I meditated a little longer. It was up to 15 minutes, and I also meditated a little in the morning and a little during the night. I didn't really implement that much sitting up straight, but a little bit, and the posture is getting better. But for some reason, I just like it better when I can cozy up into a blanket and just sit in the couch. So it doesn't really matter, but I really want to get better at the posture, and it does feel better now. Implementing meditation in the morning and before bedtime has been really good for me. I also feel like I'm in a very good routine of when I need to meditate. My main focus is meditating in the morning, but I have been implementing some breathing or meditation, shorter meditations before bed, and that has been very good. It has been a good way of starting the day. I feel more confident, I feel more ready, less nervous. And then when the night comes and I have more anxiety, I meditate a little bit again, and that has been very good as well. And now over to a more overall reflection after finishing these 31 days. And the goal wasn't just to meditate every day for 31 days. The goal was to adapt a habit and use meditation as a preventive way. I really like meditating. I always liked it. The first time I was introduced to meditation was during the DBT program, and I really liked it. We started the sessions and ended the sessions with a minute of meditation. We also used a lot of mindfulness practices, and every time I go to a therapist or whatever I'm struggling with, everyone is telling me to practice more mindfulness, and that has been proven to help a lot of people, of course, but also me, and I know it, but I never implement it. I don't use it as a preventive way. So that's something that I really wanted to prioritize now in the new year. I struggled a lot with my eating disorder last year. In the beginning of the year, I set myself up to so many goals that didn't really protect my mental health. So that was my only goal this January, to meditate every day, and also not having too many fitness goals or set myself up to a big ass to-do list and New Year's resolutions. So I am very happy about that. I look forward to keep meditating in February. I think I will continue with the documenting it as well, because documenting it has helped me make this an even bigger commitment. But the biggest commitment is to myself, and I really feel the difference before meditating. I feel that the days that I meditate, I feel more calm, I feel more secure, I feel more ready for the day, I feel more confident socially, but also been more emotionally stable. I don't have that many breakdowns. If I feel really emotionally heightened, I either meditate or I think about the meditation I did that day, and I take my breathing exercises. So I really noticed the difference already, and it has only been a month, and it's been mostly 10 minutes every day. So I am very happy, and I'm looking forward to keep meditating and to maybe experiment a little bit with longer meditations if that feels natural for me. I think one of the reasons that this has gone so good is because I didn't have the biggest goals, so it felt more realistic for me. I tried this in May last year as well, and then I had this goal and vision of the meditations just increasing day by day, the length of it. But that wasn't really a realistic goal, and I was never happy about the sessions. But 10 minutes was a realistic goal for me. I feel like I've been working through a lot of things just with those 10 minutes. I feel like I'm more calm afterwards, and even if it's not the best session and I don't feel calmer afterwards, I still feel good about sticking to the commitment every day, knowing that if I skip a day, I will probably skip the next day. So I keep reading through it and I always get something out of it. But yeah, I don't know. For February, I will try to write down when it feels natural. But other than that, I'm not going to be so strict about the length or about the structure of it all. I'm just going to meditate and find what feels good for me. So yeah, I hope you like this video, and I will see you again in February.